So, just sitting here and just take a moment to settle into your space. Just come into our practice this evening and just looking to clear our mind. So if you want to already, we can close our eyes. Sit comfortably with your hands over your knees. The finger and thumb just connects into this mudra. Allow the skin to connect with the finger and the thumb. And just breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Notice an evenly paced breath. So we can breathe in for a count of 3. And breathe out for a count of 3. Just settling us in, finding a place of comfort and well-being. Clearing our mind from the day we've had. Just focusing on this easy yogic breath. Just have this time just to come into ourselves, to become aware of how we feel, where we are, and the place that we are in. So with your next in-breath, lift both arms up and look up. Breathe out as you press into your hands, and then breathe in and open. So again, take another inhale, lift, lengthen, reach. Press your palms together, let the skin connect, and then inhale and open. Here with your hands beside you, take a little rotation as we turn and look over the shoulder. And then look the other way as you turn, as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, turn. Inhale, lift the chest and look back. Exhale, turn. And back to center with your hands lightly cupping around the knees. Tuck the tail, breathe out and round through your spine. Tuck the chin, look down. Then breathe in, lift your chest and lengthen up to look up. So exhale, tuck the tail and round through your spine, look down. Inhale, lengthen up, lift up and look up. Finding that mobility in the spine as we prepare for our poses to come. 2 more. Exhale, tuck tail, tuck chin and round through your spine. Inhale, lengthen up, lift your chest and open up. And then again. And here, placing your left hand to the side. Inhale, reach over, look up. And hold. Hold as you breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. And then go the other way. Take your time. Keep your bottom glued to the mat. And then come across 1 more each side, just holding for 2 or 3 breaths. And then over again. Feel that open feeling through the side body. And then back to center. Good. From here, come into all fours. So with your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Drawing your shoulders back, lengthening your spine. Tuck the tail and now round your back upwards in this position. Cat stretch. Then take the tail out, lengthen your spine, bring your chest forward through your shoulders, lift up your chin to cow. So exhale, tuck under and arch. Inhale, lengthen out and open your chest as your shoulders draw back. 2 more. Moving with each breath, your pace of breath. And then here, you come into a lengthened neutral position and reach out opposite arm and leg. Turn the arm and leg out, keeping your body fixed. Come back to center and then down. Make sure there's a gap between both knees. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale. And then inhale, open out again. Come back round. And then down. So this time we can do the same. Or when we open out, can you then bend the knee and try and reach to your back foot? If it's not available, just hold the arm and leg out to the side, how we began. But if you can, we hold, pushing the foot through the hand, opening up slightly. Settle here for 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, releasing the arm and the leg so we can change sides. So reach out, opposite ends. Turn out. Hold, stay there if you prefer. Or can we hold the back foot? Pressing your foot up into your hand. Hold just for a few more breaths. Opening the front of the thigh and the hip. And then we can release. So here, just let your body weight shift forward. And then back into child's pose. Take a breath in as your body weight comes forward. Your shoulders go over your hands. And a breath out as you push back into child's pose. Go a little wider in the knees if you wish. So inhale, glide forward. Shift your body weight just forward with your hands. Exhale, draw back, heels back. Bottom towards the heels. And then again. Continuing with the gently drawing in through the tummy. Now next time, we just take our body weight forward. And we come into a little upper body sequence. So as you then breathe out, bend the knees and, bend the elbows and lower down. Draw up through your chest, it'll squeeze the bottom for a back bend. And then push back into your heels, child's pose. So warming through the upper body, inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower, bend the elbows. Inhale, draw up through the chest, roll the shoulders back. Good, look up. And breathe out to push back. Good, so let's do 3 more. Coming forwards, lower down, draw up and lengthen from the front of the body. It'll squeeze in the bottom. Exhale, push back into the heels, stretch through the back. 2 more, breath in to come forward. A breath out to lower. Draw up, roll the shoulders back, and then sit back. 1 more time. This time we sit back into the heels and just hold it there within our child's pose. Go a little wider in the knees if you wish. Allow the chest to melt towards the mat as the arms reach forward. Maybe you just shift side to nourish through the hips. Settling here for 4 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Still noticing that evenly paced breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. And from here, bring yourself up onto your hands and your knees. Tuck the toes, lift your hips and lift into your downward facing dog. Look into your thighs. Spread the weight evenly through your hands. We look to the thighs as the chest melts through the shoulders. Then lift both heels and come into your foot pedals. One heel lowers, the other knee comes forward. We lower and lift, pedaling through the legs. Maybe there's a stretch in the lower leg. When you're ready, allow both heels to press into the mat. Maybe they get close to the floor as we hold for 3 more breaths. Appreciating the length in the limbs as well as the spine. And then with your next in-breath, bend both knees and walk your feet forward towards your hands. We come into a forward fold Uttanasana. With the chest towards your thighs, we let the head and the hands just hang. And then take a breath in, bend the knees and roll on up to rise. Bring your palms together. And then allow your hands just to come to the heart's line, staying in prayer as we prepare for a little sun salutation. So here, let's begin with our chair pose. Sit back into the heels, lift the arms and push the hips back. Soften the shoulder blades down your back. And as you breathe out, fold over and come down. Then breathe in, bring your hands to your shins, flat back extend. Breathe out, soften down. With a bend of the knees, your right foot steps back to lunge. Take the other leg back into a downward dog. Hold it here for 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Full breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. 2 more breaths. Feel the length in your limbs. And with your next in-breath, glide forward into high plank. Then bend the knees, bend the elbows and lower down. Inhale, draw up through the chest and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, find the knees, tuck toes and push back again into your down dog. Holding again for 5 breaths. So we start with a slow flow. Just appreciating the length in our body. When you're ready with a bend of the knees, your right foot steps forward. The other foot comes into fold. And here we sit back into the hips, lift the arms, lift the chest as you inhale back into that chair pose. Hold for a couple of breaths. And on your next in-breath, lift up, press the palms, look up and find a back bend. Squeeze the bottom, press the hips forward and lift your guide gaze. And breathe out and fold over, we go again. Take a breath in as your hands find the shins, lengthen the spine, lengthen the legs. A breath out as we soften back down with a knee bend. Your left foot steps back to lunge. And then the other leg goes back into a downward dog. Lift your hips and hold. Settle in and breathe. Spread your weight evenly through your palms into your fingers. Maybe your heels get closer to your mat. With your next in-breath, we glide into high plank. If you wish, you can keep your legs straight or lower the knees like before as we lower through chaturanga and glide up through the chest. Roll the shoulders back, and maybe we find up dog or keep the hips low for a little back bend. Tuck toes, lift hips, push back again into downward dog. Settle in and breathe, holding for those 5 breaths. And with a bend of the knee, your left foot steps in. The other foot follows as we fold. And we sit down into the legs, lift the arms, lift the chest, and find that chair pose. The tail gently tucked in, the belly button drawn in. And as you inhale, we lift up to stand, we press the palms, look up and find a back bend. So this time we go through our sequence with a little bit more of a flow and we add a little twist. So exhale, come down. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, we soften to fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, right leg steps back. And then place the right knee down. Turn towards your front thighs. We find a little kneeling twist. Bring the hand down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Then on an in-breath, we glide into high plank. With the knees down, if you wish, or legs straight, we lower through chaturanga and then draw up into up dog. Shoulders roll back, squeeze the bottom. Tuck toes, lift hips, downward dog. Look into your thighs. And with a knee bend, your right foot comes forward this time. Place the back knee down, turn and twist, and look up. Good, bringing the hand down, we step on in to fold. And then take a breath in to rise as we roll up to prepare for the other side. So here, exhale, fold down. Good, inhale, bring the hands to the shins, lengthen your spine. And breathe out again to soften down. The left leg steps back first. Again, let's place the knee to the floor so we prepare for our twist. Bring your body towards that front thigh. Hand down. Push back into downward dog, high in the hips, long in the legs. With the tummy in tight, we glide forward to high plank, and you can choose to lower your knees or keep the legs straight. And we come down, bending the elbows. Inhale, glide up. Roll the shoulders back and pull up through your thighs. Tuck toes, lift hips, look back into your thighs, finding your downward dog or the dog face down. And with a bend of the knees, your left foot steps through. You can place the back knee down and turn to find that twist. Popping the hand down, the back leg steps into fold. And with a knee bend, we roll on up to rise. So reach up and hold. Bring your hands down just through the midline, settling at the heart center. We can then take the legs wide for our warrior poses. So we're going to find a little flow through our warrior poses. Turn your right foot out, shoulders above the hips, and bend the right knee. Virabhadasana 2, warrior 2. Soften the shoulders, the arms are out wide. Pressing both feet firmly down. This knee is out, you should see your big toe. Squeeze the bottom. Continue with the tummy drawing in. Feel the length in your spine. And here, on an in-breath, straighten your arms and your legs up. On an out-breath, go wide arms and bend the right knee. Keep the shoulders above the hips. So again, inhale, rise. Exhale, open. And come down. 2 more. And then again. Hold here. And then tip across to extend. Forearm down. We reach into side angle pose. Can you get length from the heel to the fingertip? So maybe we can drop that left hip to find a bit more length and depth in our pose. This top arm, see if we can let it wrap around. Can the hand come under your waist? And we sink down, look back over your shoulder and hold. Deep into that right thigh, we stay in the legs, focus on your breath as the tension builds in your right thigh. And keeping the legs as they are. On an in-breath, lift your right arm and rise. Let the back arm slide down the leg as we lift Sun Warrior. Just focus on your breath. Hold, breathe, and settle into the strength of your legs. 3 more breaths. And then release. Straighten your legs. Take the arms out. Straight legs, straight arms. We tip to your right, triangle. As you come across, feel this left hip try and lift. Feel the length in your waist as well as the legs. And come down. If you need to, please bend the right knee. Otherwise, try straight legs. We can look up or down. Trikonasana is our triangle. And here, and we wrap that arm around again. Roll the shoulder back, open the chest as you roll the shoulder back. And continue to look up. Hold, settle, breathe. 3 more breaths. And with your next in-breath, bending that right knee, we rise up again. Sun Warrior. Let the arms slide down. And look up. And curl back. And lift the chest. Just 3 more breaths here. And then release. Let's change sides. Take your right foot forward, your left foot out. We started Warrior 1, Warrior 2, Trikonasana 2. Arms out, shoulder blades down. And hold. Remember, this knee should be out a little. You should see your big toe there. Breathe out, sink deeper if you can. Squeeze the bottom, it keeps your hips open. Take another breath in and rise. Press your palms. Exhale, open and come down. Inhale, rise up. Press the palms. Exhale, wide. Come down. Good. 2 more. Keeping the shoulders above the hips. Just bending the left knee to sink into this standing strength. And again. Holding it firm. Pressing the feet into the floor. Feel grounded and strong. And then tip to your left. Forearm to thigh. Side angle pose. Length from the heel to the fingertip. Little turn of the waist. Look through the space through the armpit. Soften the shoulder down. And hold. Breathe. Stay strong. So let's take that arm around. Can we get the hand to the underside of the waist? And can you sink a little lower? Keep the shoulder back. Come firmly into the legs. And settle in. Then here, on a breath, lift the left arm. Let the other arm slide down the back leg. Come into our sun warrior and lift your chest. We look up, soften your gaze and hold. Deep into that left thigh, firmly into both feet, feeling the ground beneath. Then lengthen the legs, take the arms wide, soften the shoulders, tip to your left, triangle, Trikonasana, lifting the right hip, return the waist. We look up or down. Remember, you can bend the left knee if you wish. For the length from underneath, the strength in the legs. And then bending that knee to come up again to sun warrior. Reach up, look up. Allow the top arm to release and turn your feet in to wide forward fold. So we tip from the hip and just bring the hands down. Please bend the knees if you prefer. Lower down with your chest. Try and look through your legs. Go where you can. Feel the length in your legs. And here we can add another little twist as we take your right hand to the lower back. Then turn your waist. Take a look up to that right side, and if it's available, lift the right hand up. Keep the hips pressing back and hold. Slowly bring the hand down and place the other hand to the lower back. Change sides. Turn the waist, revolve through the torso and lift the arm up. Hold and breathe. And bringing your hand down, bend both knees and just bring your heels in, your toes in, your heels in, keep your toes turned out. We're just outside the hips with the feet. Sit down into the legs, deep squat. Lift the arms, open out. We come into our goddess pose. So we have a deep squat, the knees are wide to the toes and your finger and thumb connect. If you can, close your eyes. And just channel the inner goddess from within. If it's available, lift your heels. Squeeze your bottom that little bit more. And focus on your breath as you hold. You can always put the heels back down if you need to. Just breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. 4 more breaths. Maybe we go deeper into it for those 4 breaths. Good. With your next out breath, release. Roll the shoulders. Step your feet together, bring your arms up and press your palms together. Bring your palms down through the center line and just breathe. And gently, hands, just soften your gaze. And prepare to balance. So lift your left heel and take your hand under your thigh. The hand can find your hip as you turn the knee out. Squeezing the bottom, draw up through the thigh muscle, allow the arm to come wide and look forward. Can you look down the right arm? Just soften your gaze to those right fingers. Keep the tummy gently drawn in, standing with length in your spine. On your next in-breath, lift the right arm up and look forward. Option, can we stay here? Or maybe take the foot and extend the leg. You choose, keep a knee bend if you prefer. Wherever you are. 4 more breaths. Just focus, breathe, and balance. Slowly release down. We prepare for the other side. So lift the right heel. Bring the hand under your thigh. Turn the knee out. Shoulders above the hips. Belly button towards the spine. Let the left arm float wide. When you're ready. So draw up your thigh muscle from your knee. Squeeze the left buttock. And if you can, turn your head to look down the left arm. Just soften your gaze into the left fingers. And as you inhale, lift the arm up above you. Remember, you can stay there. Or maybe we take the foot and we lengthen the leg. You choose. The knee can stay wide or just to the side. The knee can stay bent or we lengthen. Wherever you are, hold for 4 more breaths. Good. Slowly release. And then from here, we find our eagle pose. So let's take your left foot around your left foot around your right. The arms come out wide. You can always have these toes tapped to the floor. Yeah. Bring the arms around so the left arm goes under the right. And then we sink down. Squeeze your legs together. Continue with the tummy drawing in. Find some stability in this balance. Just focus. Let your eye gaze soften into your forearms and breathe. As you hold here, take your arms forward, tuck your chin and look down. You may find a stretch in the upper back. Keep looking down. Settle your eye gaze once again for 3 more breaths. And then we open out into star. Hold. Just think 4 corners, spreading our wings. Opening up. With an open heart, strong, balanced body. And then we step down. Let's do the other side. So here your right foot wraps around the left. Arms out. Right arm under the left. Link the hands wherever you can. Squeeze the legs together and sink down. Draw the belly button in. And just let your arms fall forward a little. Can you go lower? Settle. Almost soften into it within your breath. Tightening the standing leg to help support you. Focusing on your breath to help soften you into this balance. Steady you. With the arms coming further forward. There's a little stretch in the upper back as you look down. Two more breaths. And on your next in-breath, we open again into the star that we are. Again, open your heart, your body. Focus on your position and your balance. Almost there. And we step down. Take a deep breath in. Lift the heels and the hands. And look up. If you can, keep the heels off the floor. Put them down if you prefer as we sit down into our chair. Chair pose. 4 breaths, that's all. Two more. And with your next out breath, fold over and come down. So our Uttanasana in our forward fold, chest towards your thighs. We step back into a downward dog. And just feel the length in our limbs once again. Maybe come into our foot pedals to release those legs. And then press both heels into the mat. And hold. From here, bend both knees and your right leg comes forward through to our pigeon pose. So bring your right knee forward in between your hands. The back knee can be bent or straight. And try and square off through the hips. Back hip towards front heel. Now here with the hands a little wider than the mat. Just breathe out, lower down. And as you breathe in, lengthen back up. So just add a couple of little presses here. Using your breath. 2 more. And then this time, as we go down, just then bring your arms forward and mount further down and into your pose. Settle in as you notice the hip open on the outside of that front leg. From here, slowly bring the hands back in, lift your chest. Lengthen up. And just let your left arm lift, circle it round and place it on that back leg. So we get a little bit of rotation, a little bit of opening as you look back over the shoulder. And then as you inhale, lift the arm, circle it back round to the front. And then turn your body to the front with your knees bent. And we're just then going to take the knees to the other end of the mat for the other side. So you should then have your left knee towards this end of your mat. We're on the other side. So find your place, adjust. Hands just a little bit wider than the mat. Back hip towards front heel, just in that direction. And soften the shoulders. So we find a few little presses. Breathe out as we lower down. Inhale as we lengthen up. So we lengthen up via the breastbone, extending through the spine on the way up. And this time, as we go down, we stay down and just melt into the mat, easing forward with the arms and down with the chest, settling in that little bit more. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly on the breath, bring the hands back in and lift the chest. Turn to face the front here with your knees bent. And then allow your knees to go to your right. With the right hand on the floor, we lift the hips and open into this spiral hip lift. You may notice an opening in the front of the left hip. And then gently come down. Take the knees to the other side. Slowly. And on in breath. Let it lift you up and open you up. Pressing the hip forward and hold. And come back down. We're going to do one more each side. Take the knees across. Right hand on the floor. Push up and forward through the hips. Squeeze your bottom and hold for 4 breaths. Gently come down. Changing sides. And then lifting up. Inhale, rise. 4 breaths to hold. And gently come down. Good. From here, taking your legs out straight in front of you on your mat. Take a breath in. And exhale, tip forward and fold. If you need to bend the knees, please do. Bringing the chest towards your thigh, soften into it. And exhale down. Just settle here for 3 more breaths. And then slowly walk the hands back in. Bring the hands behind you. Bend your knees. Lift your chest. And just allow one leg to lift. Draw the tummy in tight. We come into boat pose. So allow the other leg to lift. Option, stay there. Or maybe we let the arms float. Hold it where you can. Soften your shoulders, lift the chest, keep the belly button drawn in. Stability. Another little balance, but on the floor. Now here, on a new breath, open the arms. On an out breath, close them in. 3 more. Good. Take the legs. Take one foot down at a time. Extend the legs. Take a breath in, lift the arms. Exhale, tip forward to fold. Let's extend forward again, flexing over the thighs. And come down, just where you can. Remember, you can bend the knees. Go to your range of movement and find your fold. Just a couple more breaths. And then this time, walk the hands back. Point the toes down. The fingertips are just behind your hips and facing forward. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back gently. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and on an in-breath, lift your hips up. Option. You can bend the knees. You choose. Maybe it's just one leg or both. But wherever you are, squeeze the bottom to hold you up. Keep the shoulders back, the heart open as you look up. Hold. 4 more breaths. On an out breath, lower the hips, bottom down. Sitting upright, take another breath in for 1 more forward fold. Exhale then to tip forwards. Coming down once again. Softening into those thighs. Breathing out to come right down to your range, where your body allows you to be. Notice each breath. Remember, it's an evenly paced breath. There's no tension in our breath. It's an easy breath. Just 3 more breaths here. And then this time, we'll walk our hands back. Lift the chest. Bend the knees. And just tuck the tail under and come to lie on your back. With feet hip width, the arms are beside us. We're going to lift our hips up into bridge pose. So squeeze the bottom, lift your hips and hold. If you need to bring the feet back a little bit, please do. And here, we're going to bring the hands underneath the body. Clasp your hands and draw the hands down towards your heels. Just make sure you're not sitting on your hands. High in the hips. Option, we can stay here. Or can we lift the heels as we continue to hold, focusing on our breath, the squeeze of the bottom, and that abdominal drawing in. To hold here with high hips for 5 more breaths. Drawing your arms down underneath you. Drawing your ribs down into the body. 1 more breath. You can unclasp the hands. Bring the heels down and the body down. Hug your knees to the chest. And as you do so, let's circle the knees away from each other and around. So we mobilize through the lower back and the hips. Just circling the knees around. And then next time the knees come in and wide, lift your feet. And can you take hold of the soles of your feet either from the outside or inside foot for happy baby pose. Gently rocking side to side. We nourish the spine. The tail tucked, the chin tucked. So even a bit of length in the spine right here. Close your eyes. Just gently rock into it. And when you're ready, just place one foot down and then the other. Bring the soles of your feet together, the knees out wide. Take your arms overhead into open butterfly pose. Maybe you're holding on to each elbow. Close your eyes, settle your body, find your space. Wiggle in to adjust if you need to. Feel open through the hips, the belly, and the heart. Staying very much aware of each and every breath. So you can choose to stay here if this is comfortable. But you may want to bring your knees in towards each other, together and maybe to one side. You may be happy to lengthen your arms and your legs into a corpse pose. Lesson. Find a place where you can settle and just be. Stay aware. Remembering it's not a sleeping pose. It's a relaxing pose. To use this time to settle and to be. Even if your mind starts to wander, let it. But then bring it back. Be in this moment. Use your breath to bring it back. To how you feel right now. In your mind and your body. Have a moment of stillness at the end of your day. A moment of calm to reflect. It's not just about the postures we've been through. It's a state of mind too. So let this be your time. Let me give you this time. And as you lie in your space, just feeling a little bit more settled. Become aware of every part of your body that's in touch with the floor or the mat that you're on. And take a few deep breaths. So next in-breath, let the arms reach above your head. Take a big long stretch. And as you exhale, bring the arms around and draw your knees to your chest. Gently rocking in and out. When you're ready, allow your knees just to go over to your right side, opening through the left heart's line. And then take your time to bring yourself seated. Come to a comfortable place. Get yourself ready, comfortable. And take a deep breath in as you lift the arms. Press your palms together. Feel the hands connect. And then allow your hands to come down through the center. And then again, deep breath in. Press the palms. And bring the hands down into your heart's line. Accepting an open heart. And here, just leaves us to take a bow and give thanks for our practice today. Thank you all very much indeed. Namaste.